Hi, wine enthusiasts and friends. I'm Sabrina. I'm riding solo dolo, but I do have my friend on the other side. She is sitting across from me for this evening's wine review. Today we are going to be doing non-alcoholic. Of course, as we've posted and kind of did some foreshadowing, we have a sparkling wine, we have a Cabernet Sauvignon, and then we have a Chardonnay. Of course, as always, we will put the links to where you might be able to go ahead and purchase those if you want to do your own tasting and reviews. This evening's review is more so kind of a left field to see if we can get some other folks in the community that, again, either are pregnant or have some medication that they're temporarily on that maybe they just can't drink alcohol with. But we definitely want to show that on top of regular alcohol, there are these options too. So, with that being said, let's get into some bubbles because I know I'm excited. So, first off, we will be doing the St. Regis Secco. This is going to be, of course, a sparkling. It's not technically a champagne, but it is a sparkling wine. This one is... I'll pour yours first. Okay. This one is... And, of course, since there's no alcohol, I can pour big pours. Of course, as you guys see, there are still bubbles, which is fantastic. Fun fact that I did recently learn while looking into this while we're doing our reviews, the winemaking process is the exact same as traditional wine. However, at the very end of that process, they will go ahead and cook the wine almost to a boil so it doesn't burn. That way they can cook the alcohol out of it. So, with that being said, I thought that was actually pretty cool. We have our wine in our glass. Nice pretty bubbles. You can swirl these very gently so you don't lose your bubbles. I get so nervous. I don't want to swirl like a dork. Anywho, so we have... It still smells so good.
Yeah, it does.
It has the traditional floral, like, nose aroma to it. I have to breathe out and keep breathing in. Smells really pretty. Almost citrusy. Are you ready to try it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
Go
let's
ahead.
try it. That's delicious.
It is. And it's not super dry either. I was expecting it to be drier.
Yeah, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Almost Prosecco sweet.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I might sip on this one New Year's.
A perfect New Year's drink. Definitely.
And it's honestly, and I think this tastes a lot better too because it does have that true champagne-y sparkling wine taste versus the sparkling ciders. And that's what I was nervous that this was going to taste cidery versus like wine taste.
Right.
So this actually tastes really pretty. It's like pear.
Yes.
Pears. Does it have anything on the back? It does have a fun nutritional facts label on here. And it tells me absolutely no fruits on here. So,
Very pear-like, though.
very pear-like. It's so good. Okay. So next we should jump into Chard because you don't want to do red then white. So we will do Chardonnay next. As I block my own self. Sorry, guys. So next we have the Chardonnay from St. Regis as well. So same thing. They make this the exact same way that they do with regular Chardonnay. I'm actually curious to see if this is going to be oaked or unoaked. So I'm very excited to see how this one is. And again...
What's the difference?
So oaked and unoaked. So the oaked is going to be where it is made and then they put the Chardonnay into an oaked barrel. Unoaked is where they put the Chardonnay into a stainless steel barrel. No, aluminum barrel. Aluminum barrel.
Okay. Makes sense.
Aluminum barrel. I might be lying. Aluminum? One of the silver metals, not titanium. And it's not sterling silver. So it's either aluminum. Has to be aluminum. It's got to be aluminum.
Right?
It's got to be aluminum.
Sounds right.
Yeah. But they age it in there. So basically, the oakiness will make it taste kind of like when you're drinking red and you're like, ooh, this has like a lot more oaky or just that woodsy taste.
Right.
That's where the oak is going to be. If it doesn't have all that like real woody taste to it, it's more than likely going to be unoaked Chardonnay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh, it smells pretty too. I don't think this one's oaked. It almost has like not acidic, but it's like really bright. Like you're like, what the heck is bright? Bright is like
Asking for the viewers.
yes. I heard her question. It was really good telepathy. She's like, what's bright? So bright, almost like not well, it can't be acidic because there's no alcohol in here. So it can't be acidic, but when you have something that's bright, it's almost like Sauvignon Blanc where it's just real, acidic and bright fruits like
Just
your not pomegranates, pineapples.
Tart a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a lot of those big, I get like pineapples. I don't know why I'm at a loss for words. Pineapples and things like that where it's just like, holy cow, really, really pungent and just prominent.
Makes you pucker your lips?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, you ready?
Yes. Let's do it.
I lied. It tastes kind of oaky.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know the difference between oaked and unoaked, but I'm going to trust you.
When little one is here, I'll get you an oaked and unoaked.
Okay.
You'll be like, oh.
That's the difference.
So even the buttercream, the one that you had for your wedding,
Mm.
that one was technically oaked. It wasn't heavy oak, but it was technically
Like a
oaked.
warmer taste?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Yeah, now I know what you mean.
Yes.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's not as tart.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It almost has like a vanilla-y taste too.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy it.
It is. It's good.
Close to the buttercream. I would
It is
still
close.
like the buttercream better.
Yeah.
And because it has alcohol in it.
And with the asterisk and. No,
But that is very good.
This isn't bad because again, it's definitely a nice Chardonnay. Like if you were hosting and you're like, okay, I have some folks that aren't wanting to drink and they're kind of not looking for something super tart. This is good because I like a good oaky Chardonnay. Like the one that I recommend for your guys' wedding is also kind of right there in that neutral ground.
Yeah.
The ones I like are a little oakier because I like a real nice oaky red. This is almost a little sweeter than what I like them to be. Just because I like that Chardonnay where it's, again, that oakier, less vanilla kind of taste to it.
Right.
Because this was kind of peachy too. I don't know. I felt like I taste some peach. I feel like it's my eyes trying to twitch. Like a peachiness to it, or or nothing. It's a peachy, vanilla-y taste to it. So that's interesting.
Definitely.
Ready for our red?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
So of course this little beauty is at room temperature. That way, of course, we can ensure that we have it at its truest form. Oh,
Thank you. No, that's perfect.
And I was like, I don't know if you have glasses or not. And I was like, oh, I need a wine opener. I'm like, no, I don't. They're twists. Never don't. No, I don't.
Yes, we have all of the supplies. Just
perfect.
Can't use them right now.
It's okay. That's okay. So this one, of course, is the St. Regis. This again was the Cabernet Sauvignon. So same thing. It does have the nutritional fat value label on the back, but it doesn't tell you really anything as far as what specifically you're hoping to taste on here. So 100% blind review. And I'm not even 100% sure where these are made from, because it doesn't have like your traditional wine labels. It doesn't have like, oh yeah, made in such and such. Like this one says bottled for Quebec, Canada. And you can refrigerate this after opening, fun fact. And same applies for So maybe St. Regis just bottles for them, but I don't think it would be made in Quebec. This one's bottled in New York. It's a product of Germany, so this one's from Germany. That's all I know. Now you know. So, back to red.
Yes.
Ooh, that smells good.
I like that one.
Very cherry right off the bat. There's something else I don't know if I can pinpoint it. It's almost like that tartness. Do you smell like a tartiness at the back?
A little bit.
But it might be
Your
tart.
nose works better than mine does.
She's like, I don't know. No, but maybe it's because I just made cherry pie for the holidays, so you know how like that tart cherry smell? I wonder,
sticks out. Yep, definitely.
I wonder if that's now what I'm smelling. So let's try.
Yes, please.
Let's try.
That's different.
I'm not a fan.
It's like it's the dry, but without something else after.
Yes.
Right?
I'm not a fan. I want the after.
I want the after. But I don't know what it is.
It almost drinks like a Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Like it's not as light, it's not as heavy as I would imagine the cab would have been.
Yeah.
Like it's really not watery, but
dull. Not dull. That's not a good word. But
dull.
kind of.
It's like it doesn't have a long finish.
Maybe that's what it is.
Like the fruits are definitely in the front. It's almost like so cranberry juice is what I'm tasting, like a tart cranberry, cherry. And then it's just like midway through your palate, you're kind of like, I have to take another drink because
it falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, falls off.
But I'm missing like the smoky or an oaky or a tannic dry or an herby something to it in the back end.
Maybe that's the alcohol.
It might be. They're like, alcohol? Throw some herbs in there. That's the note you're tasting, alcohol. Well,
2 out of 3 ain't bad though.
2 out of 3 is not bad. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, I definitely would say the bubbles, and then my Chardonnay, I would say, and then the cab. Like if you served me the cab with dinner, I would drink it. But if like,
I wouldn't get a second cup.
yeah,
Yeah,
I would just drink it with dinner. I don't think I would. Yeah, but Chardonnay, I would go back. I mean, probably with food, and then go back for my second cup. But I would say the sparkling wine was probably my favorite.
the top.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree.
Well, there you go. So, first ever, I don't know if I've ever seen non-alcohol. I didn't even know that was a thing until I started working at Total Wine. So that was actually pretty cool. And I've been wanting to do one of these, like, for myself, like, just grab them and I'm like, I don't know, are these good?
Right.
Yeah.
Let's try them.
But these aren't too shabby. So, until next time, we will see you guys next Wednesday.